I am in such a time crunch for my Christmas market coming up this weekend where I am selling freeze-dried candy. And one of my amazing viewers told me that they make freeze-dried Skittles in 2 hours. So I'm putting that method to the test because if I can make a bunch of 2-hour candy, that's gonna be amazing. So I think this worked, which I am so stoked about. They look perfect, as if I had done them in my normal 4-hour time frame. Here is how they look. Honestly, they look perfect. They look normal, like my normal freeze-dried Skittles that I do in 4 hours, and this only took 2. That's half the time. So this was my test batch to see if the 2-hour method worked, because what I want to do next is sour Skittles. I had a lot of requests on how to make the freeze-dried homemade sour Skittles. So after I get these all bagged up, we're gonna move on to sour, and it's super easy and so good. I always get people asking for sour Skittles. If you aren't doing the double layer method of freeze-dried Skittles, you should try it. All you do is you do your normal layer of Skittles, add a piece of parchment paper above it, and add more Skittles, and it gives you more bang for your buck. Works awesome. Here are all of the bags that I got from that run. I still need to heat seal the tops shut, and I'm gonna do all my labeling at the very end, but for now, some good progress. Let's get going on some sour Skittles. All you need is Skittles, of course. The reason why I make homemade sour Skittles is because you can't buy sour Skittles in bulk for really cheap, like this container here. I can only find them like at Walmart in like the family size pack, but it's so small, it's not cost effective to freeze dry those. They cost more money. These are $9.99 at the Costco Business Center. Some regular Costco's have these also. And then you just turn them into sour Skittles by adding some 2 ingredients, actually 3. There are lots of ways to do this. What I do is I use this tart and sour liquid. It's just like a sour liquid. I found this at Michael's. I will see if I can find the link, and I will put the links to these in the video description below. And citric acid. For the citric acid, you want to combine this with sugar so it's still a sweet and sour flavor. I do a 1-to-1 ratio, so I am gonna do probably the rest. I don't know how much I'm gonna need. I'm just gonna make the rest of what I have in this container. An entire container of this, and then the same amount of sugar. I came up to my kitchen for this part because I want the powder to be nice and fine, and because the sugar and the crystals and the citric acid are still very coarse. And so, I don't know, I find that it helps if it's a more fine powder versus like coarse. It's just a more pleasant texture. The thing that will mess up your sour Skittles is too much liquid and the liquid sitting on the Skittles for too long. If you use too much liquid, it starts to melt away the color and it just does not look good. So I always wait until my freeze dryer is fully cooled down. So as soon as I get these made, I can stick them on my trays and put them straight into the freeze dryer. So right now I'm just prepping my 2 bowls. So you could also use like corn syrup or your own homemade simple syrup for this. All you need is a couple drops on top of your Skittles, and then I'm gonna add a good amount of powder and just mix it up. While I'm waiting, I could tell you about our morning that we woke up to. So as I have said before, it has been warming up here lately. Like, we've been in the high 30s, high 40s. I even saw 47 degrees on my car thermometer, which is very accurate. When I was on the highway yesterday, it felt like summer. But then in the night and morning, we had freezing rain and the roads, I guess, were terrible. They sent a message at like 5 a.m. saying they were delaying the start of school 2 hours. And then we were to go to school, but before that 2 hours passed, they just sent an email saying, we are canceling school. The road conditions are too icy. Dicey, icy, dicey. So we have a remote learning day, snow day, but it's not snow, it's an ice day, which maybe is more common down in the lower 48 versus actual snow days. I don't know, since I've lived here, this is our first ice day. We've had tons of snow days last year and the year before. This is our first ice day. Here's how the texture looks. You just kind of measure with your eyes at what looks nice. Obviously, some's gonna fall off when you package it up, so I like to be on the more liberal side of adding lots of powder. I was able to fit all of my Skittles on my trays, and I only had to double layer 3 of the 4. Here it is going in. I don't ever do tray warming on Skittles. They always come out perfectly fine without it. And we're doing this for 2 hours. So I am gonna go head to the gym. I know I just said school was closed due to icy conditions, but that was hours ago. I'm hoping the roads are fine. I mean, I've got great tires, 4-wheel drive. Wish me luck. Okay, our 2 hours is up. Let's take a peek at how our Skittles look. I mean, they look done to me. Yes, we survived our drive into town to go to the gym. The neighborhood streets are pretty icy, but the main roads have mostly melted and it's just a slushy mess. But we got there fine. We got home fine. Thank goodness. I'll have to take you guys outside in a few minutes to show you just kind of what the ice is looking like. But here is our Skittles. I gotta taste. Okay, look how funny this is. What on earth? I broke it. So funny. Here is your Alaskan icy snow check. It is 4:40 in the evening right now, and the sun is quickly setting, but you can see our roads are just ice. I am not even going to attempt to walk on this driveway because I would just slide down the whole thing. But you know, it's nice to not just be frigidly cold out here right now. But there's not much you can do because there's ice everywhere. But Alaskan Ice Day. Fun stuff. So I'm just gonna get these packaged up the same way I do my other Skittles. These bags are 4 7/10 of an inch wide and like 7.9 inches tall. This is my favorite size bag for regular candies, and they work great. I have them linked in Amazon down in the video description below. All right, I got 14.5 bags of sour Skittles. I'm glad to be able to have that option for my customers because they always ask for them. There is some Harvest Right news. I received an email yesterday saying that they are extending the Black Friday deal through the whole month of December. I didn't think they were gonna extend the sale, but to my surprise, they did. So if you were regretting not hopping on the freeze dryer bandwagon in the month of November, you still have a whole nother month to get one at a great discount. They are like, most of them are all over like $700 off. They're all different based on what size you get. Mine is a size medium. It's perfect for me and my needs. I love it. The new medium has a 5 shelf tray. Mine just has 4. So you get an extra tray with the new ones, which is cool. We're almost done with our advent calendar. So if you have any questions about that, let me know. But let's do a couple more advent calendar days, shall we? 21 and 22. I mean 20 and 21. Christmas ornament, cookie cutter. And we have a bell. I'm thinking of what I'm gonna make with these. I think I wanna make some sourdough sugar cookies because I make everything sourdough now. So can I be honest with you? I am so sick of making freeze-dried candy. This is gonna be my last freeze-dried candy video for a long while. It has just overconsumed me for the past couple of weeks getting ready for this market, and I'm sick of it. So does that ever happen? Like you get all excited in the beginning to like, oh, this market, it's gonna be so fun, it's gonna be great. And it's going to be, I know it is. It's just like the week of is when all the stress hits and like the reality sets in of how much work you gotta get done. That's what I'm in right now. So honestly, it was a blessing that school was canceled today because I was supposed to substitute and I didn't have to do that. So I was able to get a lot of work done today, including filming this video. So, you know, looking on the positive. I wanted to give you an update on the freeze-dried candy sale and how all of that ended up turning out. I would definitely say that this year's market was less attended than last year's. I know I sold way more candy last year than I did this year, but it was still successful. I sold about 90 bags of candy, of like regular sized ones and then 30 bags of my mini sized. I brought with me around, I want to say like 160 bags of candy. So I definitely did not sell out. I have plenty left over, but it wasn't a huge bust. The total amount of money I made was somewhere around $400. And I believe I paid $50 to be a part of this market. And I probably spent 40 bucks on candy. I did not spend that much because a lot of it I already had. And so I don't know, I'm probably gonna give myself like a $300 profit. I didn't get down to the nitty gritty yet, but these are general numbers. So for about, I was there for 4 hours, for a 4-hour market, 300 bucks. I don't know, not terrible, but not fabulous either. I do this market because it's at the elementary school that I work at as a substitute teacher, and I get to see a lot of the kids that I know there, and they get excited to come buy candy from Mrs. Freeze Dry, or Mrs. Skittles as they like to call me. So I mean, it's just fun. Will I do it again next year? I don't know. This is the busiest time of year for me. I mean, it is for anybody, right? But 3 of my kids' birthdays are we have 1 the end of November and then 2 right before Christmas and then Christmas. So trying to line up all of the birthday parties and, you know, holiday events, throwing in a freeze-dried candy market is a lot. So I don't know. It's fun. I enjoy it. I really do like it. It's just all of the like prep work and like planning for it is, you know, the harder part. So we'll have to see how I'm feeling when next year comes around. I just don't know yet. But anyway, it was still a lot of fun. I did film a live stream video of my market. So if you want to see just kind of what it looked like, I'll tag that video right here. You could check that out. But thank you as always for watching my videos and being a part of the Freeze Dry Society community. I am so grateful for all of you. So hit that thumbs up if you liked this video and make sure you subscribe so you can see all the fun freeze drying things we do around here. And remember, when you freeze dry today, you secure your tomorrow. Bye, friends.